Hi everyone, I'm Mary Ellen with Headwaters Science Institute and welcome back to another Thursday Science Challenge. Today we're going to build a bird nest. What does it take to support and protect a bird and its eggs? Your challenge is to build a nest and to test it. So I'm intrigued by bird nests because right here I've had a bird nest on my house for a couple of years. I thought it was abandoned, but now I see a bird going back and forth. I think it was built by some Steller jays. It's in a great spot because it's tucked under the eaves and the rain and the snow and the wind doesn't really affect it. I'm going to look through my binoculars and see what it's mostly made out of. And it looks like it's got a good amount of some small twigs in it. Like a house, a bird nest has to have a strong foundation and it has to offer some insulation and it needs to be a little bit hidden. Recent studies have found that the building of a nest isn't so much instinctual, but it's a learned behavior. If it was a genetically determined behavior, then all the nests of certain species would look the same, and they don't. So it's more of a learned one, and they do it by trial and error. So that's what we're going to do, trial and error to build our own bird nest. Did you know that in most species, only the female builds the nest? And even more surprisingly, they don't even sleep in the nest. It's just for holding the eggs and the chicks in one place. So where do they sleep? It turns out everywhere. It's called roosting, and they can perch in trees, they can float on water, they can hide in bushes. They just need it safe and a little warm. One really cool fact is while they're roosting, they can have one eye open and one eye closed, so half the brain is awake and half the brain is asleep. I wish I could do that. Let's take a look at some nests. A lot of nests are two nests in one, where there's an outer structural nest and a softer inner nest. Some birds use a weaving technique to get the grasses and twigs to hold together. These birds use mud and grass to create these incredible oblong hanging nests out of trees. Eagles need very large sticks to build something that will support its weight. Some birds build nests right on top of water, and their eggs go floating along on the lake. And these nests have twigs and grass that are built right on the ground in a nice camouflage spot. And some birds will use anything they can find to put some structure into their nest. Look around your yard and see what you can pick up and find to make your bird nest. I'm seeing a lot of pine needles and twigs, but you might have something very different to pick from. All this is really good stuff for my nest, so I'm going to start collecting lichen and pine needles and sticks. I need a lot of sticks, and I need to find something that I could use as a base. So I think a branch like this will be a good support base, and I can start weaving things in through it. I've got my materials all laid out here that I collected, and I have them spread out from softer ones to stiffer ones. Bird nests can be two nests in one. There can be a very supportive, stiff underneath nest with a softer, insulated nest nestled inside of it. So I'm going to give you an extra challenge. Get two rubber bands out and wrap them around your forefingers like this. And we're going to simulate a beak on a bird to make it a little more fair. I found a branch on the ground that looked like maybe a branch that would be in a tree. And I'm going to start with this and start weaving the stiffer materials inside of it and see if I can make a base. I lucked out because yesterday was rainy, and so a lot of these sticks are really flexible. I went ahead and tried to weave as many sticks as I could in there to give it a base, and now I need to start filling it in with some other harder materials. So I'm going to take this stuff and start lining my nest. I've got a little bit of a base going on, albeit a bit wobbly. I'm gaining more and more respect for birds as the minutes go by. I'm going to line the pine needles with something softer, like this lichen that I found. I learned that you do need a lot more structure on the bottom than you think. After I've gotten the lichen down, I'm going to start layering it with something soft. And the softest thing I have are these leaves. So let's see if we can get those to stick. Now that I have somewhat of a resemblance of a nest, I'm going to test it. I don't have a hard-boiled egg, but I do have a potato that's probably the weight of 2 eggs. So let's see if it'll hold the potato. Seems like it works. Now I'm going to test it with some rain. Get a squirt bottle out, see if I can saturate it. Doesn't seem like it's dripping too much. And now I'm going to see, oh, there's a little bit of drip, if I can get it to stand on its own without me holding it. So I'm going to walk over here and rest it on the deck. I have learned a lot about building. Oh, it works. It sits there. It's a little windy out. It's not getting too tested by wind, but I'm going to leave it there overnight and see if it's still there. I did leave my nest out overnight in the rain and the wind, and it seems to have held up okay. I have learned that you need a lot of structure underneath to keep the nest intact. I have a whole new appreciation for birds right now. So if you can get a nest built, please send us a photo and share it with us. We would love to see it. Good luck.